Servus Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. This is a brief little update about what is going on in Germany at the moment. At the beginning of this week, Chancellor Merkel met again with the governors of the federal state, and that was one of these infamous Bund-Länder-Treffen, and they decided, and by the way, this is not a body or organ that has any authority normally according to our constitution. It shouldn't even exist, but well, they met and they decided on new rules for the upcoming days or for autumn, but they will start by the end of August already. So actually these rules are gonna be applied very soon already. So Monday the 23rd, I read. Yeah, that's when these new rules are going to take effect. And what did they decide on? They said that from now on, you would have to have a certificate that you are recovered from the coof or the China bug, or you need a vaccine pass, or you need a test. Yeah, if you want to go to an indoor event, they say. So that could be a pub, that could be a concert, that could be pretty much anything. And at least you can get a test, but the test, you need to pay for that now. Yeah, I think when was that, in October or something? Depends on the state, but pretty soon you will have to pay yourself for these government, or how should I say that, for a test that is required by the government. Yeah? So the state basically tells us you need a test, but you need to pay for it yourself. Of course, you can always get vaccinated, but they said that there will be no forced vaccination, but now, well, they don't come with a gun, but they exclude you from social life, basically. They exclude you from society, they turn you into a pariah, unless you want to get tested all the time, but even then you would be clearly identifiable as someone who is unvaccinated. And at the moment the media and the politicians, they are really amping up the vitriol and the hatred. They stir it really up towards unvaccinated people. They call them a danger for society, and they say that they are dangerous people, they are antisocial, and they are selfish, and they should be isolated and eliminated. Yeah, that is something we never heard before, right? And there is one state that is even quicker. So not on Monday the 23rd, but on next Monday already. And that is, if we from Bavaria, if we look to the west, then there is the southwestern state of Baden-Württemberg, and the governor of that state is from the Green Party. And this guy, well, in his youth, he used to be a Maoist. Now, of course, he's not a Maoist anymore. No. Interesting that he is acting precisely like a Maoist. Or, well, if you know something about struggle sessions in Maoist China, for example, yeah, maybe you should look up a video or read some material on struggle sessions and how they looked like in China under communist rule in the time of Mao, right? That is, well, probably what we will be seeing here in Germany very soon. Let me repeat that. The mainstream, mainstream news and politics, they are at the moment stirring hatred. They are riling people up. The majority, the vaccinated majority, they are signaling to them that it is okay to exclude, single out, persecute, harass unvaccinated people, that they are a danger and stuff like that. And that is something that Mao also did. That this is the Maoist communist playbook. And do we really believe this Green Party governor when he says, Oh, well, when I was young, sure, then I was a Maoist, but not anymore, of course. Yeah, how believable is that when he's acting exactly like that? All right. So this is pretty much the reality, and I read several articles, and I cannot tell you really if you need a test now already for a supermarket. I mean, technically it's indoors, but it is a basic need, so to speak, or if you need it, if you go to a government office, if you have an appointment at City Hall or something, if you can only get there when you're tested, or if they will check your vaccine passport from next Monday in Baden-Württemberg. I don't know. So I have some friends there. I will ask them maybe. But even they probably don't know yet because we just read that in the news. And these articles, once again, are very vague. They're not really specific. And I guess these politicians, they don't know even themselves yet how it will be handled on the micro level. And I think this is by design. So if they said we start in 2 months, people would have some time to prepare or something. But I think it is by design. First, they try to make everybody afraid by signaling, or well, by implying or stating very clearly but vaguely, without any specifics, that there will be severe consequences, that your life will be very uncomfortable, and you will be stuck in an internal loop. Yeah, haha, a loop. This is what the Bavarian Prime Minister Söder said, for example. If you're not vaccinated, you will not get out of this loop of uncomfortable procedures, like getting tested for everything, basically. And of course, these tests are only accepted within a 24-hour time window, I guess. So, and the question is, can you even get tested and for in that time and get the result back? So there are these very fast antibody tests, I think, or something, or anti-gene, I don't know, these faster tests anyway. And the PCR tests, they really have to be sent to a lab. They are not tests you can do on the spot. They must be sent to a lab first. And for some events, like I think they even said that, they said like concerts and stuff like that, theater and so on. There you really need, or clubs, or yeah, clubs and stuff, nightclubs. There you really would need that PCR test or something, and that of course is ridiculous because you have to send it to a lab first. Absolutely crazy. So technically they can say, well, nobody is excluded because you can always get tested or just get the vaccine. But of course, they want to make it a forced vaccination, as hard as they can. So they want to get as close to the forced vaccination state. That means they want to make it as uncomfortable for still unvaccinated people as they possibly can. Yeah, and that happened very quick. So yeah, and I think once again it is by design that they at the same time move very quickly, and until the last day before it takes effect, they stay vague. They don't tell us precisely in what place you need what kind of test, or a test at all, or they're not saying it. Yeah, well, at least in the media, I couldn't find an article that really specifically tells you here you need that and there you need the other thing. And yeah, that's by design. A state of lack of information, a state of insecurity makes people even more afraid. And yeah, of course, these people, they know psychology, they know propaganda techniques, they know exactly what they're doing. And nobody should be surprised, once again, that they're doing this. They are utterly evil people. And the only question to me is, why are they trying so hard to get everybody vaccinated, because the official science even tells us not some weird obscure scientist that is not invited to the great meetings or that is allowed to give a talk on Friday at 3 p.m. when everybody has left the site already. No. This is mainstream science. It tells us that when it comes to this Delta variant, that is pretty much 100% of the cases in Germany now, that the viral load is just as big as for an infected person as if you're vaccinated or not. It doesn't make a difference. So that means while the official narrative of the manufacturer and of some scientists is that the vaccine protects you from symptoms, the a vaccine does not protect you, or does not protect others from being infected by the carrier. So, of course, they can still shed the virus, they can still pass it on, they can still infect others, but they themselves are protected. So, once again, the media narrative is that vaccinations protect others and you're doing a good thing for society, when in reality, and once again, that is the official narrative now of the scientific community, they say that you protect yourself from heavy symptoms. You don't protect others. But politics and the media, they just say the complete opposite of what science tells us. And that is even mainstream science. All right. So some of that was repetition, but I just felt the need to say that what was just indicated or hinted at, or politicians like Söder threaten people with now, it's not a law, but as you know, we have our parliament has declared this state of a crisis and stuff like that. So the governors and the central government, they can pretty much do whatever they want right now. And even after the election, even beyond September, and the phrasing is so funny, they said now that the parliament has to or should, it's not very clear in German, but they have to prolong the state, of course. Yeah. So the parliament got now the the order from the governors and from the central government to prolong the state that is the legal basis for all these actions. Let's see what the parliament will do, but there is no doubt that they will prolong this until eternity. And even if only one person in Germany is not fully vaccinated yet, then they will spread propaganda against this dangerous group. Okay, so dark times, beautiful weather, but dark times. Servus, Kameraden.